1 p.m. Eastern, Jacksonville Jaguars, 7-8, 3-5 on the road at Houston Texans, 2-12-1, 0-6-1 at home, Energy Stadium in Houston, Texas. We've already discussed this with the Thursday nighter, but the Titans-Jaguars winner in Week 18 will win the AFC South, and there's no scenario in which the winner of that Week 18 matchup doesn't win the division. So this game is meaningless for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's take a look at the line history here. They're in such different spots. The Titans with an older squad, except for Malik Willis, of course, but the Jaguars with this young group that's winning for the first time in a long time. I'm not sure what Peterson's going to do. I think I know what Vrabel's going to do, but hearing Dennis on the Titans is going to throw me for a loop and give me more time to look at this. But let's talk about this spot here: Jaguars, Texans. Let's move over here. The Jaguars open up as 5-point favorites. They're now 4-point favorites. This total opened up at 44. It's now 43. We take a look at the cash flow here. We have line history on Jacksonville, 3,143 tickets in, 47% of tickets, 83% of cash on Texans. And of course, 60% of tickets, 73% of cash on the over. Birdie says no, Jags can win this week and still get in. Oh, okay, Birdie, that's not what every I've read that's not the case.
I almost want to say you're both wrong.
Yeah.
Because they can win and get in, but Jimmy's almost right, because they would need, if they beat the Texans and then lose to the Titans, they can get in, but the Dolphins would need to lose both of their games. The Steelers would need to lose both of their games. The Jets would have to lose to the Seahawks, and the Bills would have to win a possible meaningless game against the Patriots in Week 18. So they can get in on a wild card, but they need a shitload of help. So it's not truly meaningless, but in the long run, it could end up being meaningless, because all it would take is, the Steelers beat the Ravens, or the Dolphins beat the Patriots in this week, and then that dream is dead as well.
It's interesting because, and I'll pull them up, but there's a few different guys on Twitter working for the NFL who've said that there's no scenario. So I get, but that is important here.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the odds of those other 8 games all going that way, it's just so low. But I do think the Jags try.
Well, this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. But and I will go back to the NFL guys who've said that there is no scenario. But let's talk about the Jags here. They come in off extra rest and prep after an impressive 19-3 victory at the Jets last Thursday. Trevor Lawrence, 20 of 31 for 229 yards. Also ran 7 for 51 touchdown. Did lose a fumble. Evan Engram, beast mode. 7 catches, 113 yards. Etienne, 22 carries for 83, caught 3 for 29. Defense looked very strong. Held the Jets to 227 total yards. 10 first downs, 2 of 13 on third down, 0 of 2 in the red zone. Jags had 3 sacks, 7 quarterback hits, gotten a pick from Devin Lloyd. Texans come in off a 19-14 victory at Tennessee, snapped their 9-game losing streak. Davis Mills, 17 of 28 for 178 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. They were down 14-10. And at that point, Mills was 9 for 9 for 103 yards. Dorsett caught 3 for 45. Brandon Cooks got in on the act with touchdown pass, 34 yards. The running game struggled, 30 carries for 70 yards. Okoronkwo had 2 sacks, 3 tackles for a loss. Team had 4 and 5 sacks and quarterback hits. Petrie, 9 tackles and a pick. He's been so good this year. Christian Harris also had a pick. They lose Titus Howard to a concussion, and they lost MJ Stewart, defensive back, to a concussion. They're both in concussion protocol. And then their tight end, Tegan Kitoriano, hurt his knee. No update's been given there. And this is the worst run defense in the NFL. And this is a wild situation where I was from 3 different guys that I follow on Twitter who said there was no scenario. So that the Jaguars could, have anything happen this week that would would create a situation where the
Yeah, I mean, I think it's such a low percentage that it's probably semantics. Like they could get in, but like they need 3 other games to go right this week, and then 5 more to go right next week. It's a lot they'd have to ask. So that said, you still don't want to lose to the Texans. You don't want to go into next week feeling bad, and I don't know who they would rest. I'm not sure you go and rest players. That's the best plan. Like if you're the Titans and you have Derrick Henry and he got hurt last year and he's gotten like 2,000 touches over the last 5 years and he's hurt right now, that makes total sense to rest him. But ETN's in good shape. I mean, your quarterback's not real dinged up. I don't see the Jaguars pulling punches in this one. I guess if I'm Peterson, I'm maybe making sure we don't have something stupid happen where Trevor Lawrence takes hits running down the middle of the field. Like, I think you have a little talk with him, like, hey, buddy, I know first downs are important and you want to be the hero, but like, I need you to slide on every run this week. Like, if you get your bell rung and you miss next week because you're in the concussion protocol, it's going to feel pretty bad. Yeah, like, you're not going to enjoy your golf games in the off season. It's going to feel like shit, buddy. So, I mean, there are some elements to, hey, let's take it easy on some of the stuff that could get us hurt, but they should be able to just pound it down Houston's throat. ETN probably doesn't get enough love, does he? I bet him a little on comeback player of the year. Obviously, he's nowhere near in that market. Like, he's not even listed now, but he's been good. He's been good of late. They have some weapons. This offense can be fun when Trevor Lawrence is playing well, and he's been playing very well for kind of the last month. So I think you do see maybe Houston take the foot off the gas a little here. Like, if I'm managing this team, I might say something to hey, this game plan doesn't have to be a try to win the game plan. I'd still want the number 1 pick. So you can see them tone it down a little after a big win. It is probably their final home game of the season, though. So I don't like laying this many points on the road with anybody in division. So I'd probably pass, but I can't bet the Texans here. Like, it's been 3 straight weeks of them playing well over their heads. Like, this has got to crash sometime.
I mean, I would be so. Trevor Lawrence's foot is there's got the toe.
Yeah, I guess we do have that.
Why would you want to? If it's all on the line against a Titans team that you know you can beat, I don't think they're going to tank the game, but I don't know if I was in charge, I would need to go over with other members of the Brain Trust here because everything's going in your direction. And
yeah, I haven't heard anything about sitting Lawrence. So, all
right. So, I mean, it is certainly a public angle on the Texans here, you would assume it would be, but only 47% of the tickets are on the Texans at this point. It's just all the money is at this point. We'll see. Everything opens up on Wednesday cash wise. What up, 1777? This is a fascinating game that I'm going to need more time on, and we need more information clearly on whether or not the Jags are going to try here.